Wow. I knew this was going to be a wild night. I really did. I knew it was going to be a wild night. Um, because what did you expect? Look at the storyline for tonight. You had four game fives in series that were all 2-2. So naturally, there was going to be a frenzy, and it wasn't going to be a controlled frenzy because there's no such thing as a controlled frenzy in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Though the game in Carolina, that game was over. That game was over. They just demolished the Bruins, and Boston just had no chance and no answer for them. The Toronto game, though, the Toronto game, though, that was another story. Now, it did not start off well for the Maple Leafs. The Lightning put up two goals just like that, and the Leafs just combined these shots. In fact, I think the first period the shots were 14-5 after the first period in favor of Tampa, and even the second period they still weren't shooting, but they did get one in. It was John Tavares off the skate, and that was on the eighth shot on goal, but they got one in. It was they were within one. That was the score after two periods, and then in the third, they tied it up, and then Nylander gives them the lead, but Tampa ties it. So what's going to happen here? With 6 minutes and some change left, a shot bounces off Vassy, gets to Austin Matthews, and he puts it in a virtually empty net, and they have the lead 4-3, and that was the final score. Toronto is now one win away from taking care of it, from eliminating the back-to-back champs. They have at the most two chances to do it. They have the safety net of home ice, even if they, God forbid, lose Game 6. They got Game 7 on their home ice. Now, the East provided the drama. The West provided the laughs. God, I love the Western Conference. I really do. So, St. Louis, I said before the game started, St. Louis needs to really give it to Minnesota. That's exactly what they did. And now, they were down 2-1 after one, though. But Brandon Saad ties it the second. That's what it was 2-2 at the second. It was 2-2 after two. But then it was all Tarasenko, a natural hat trick, including an empty netter to seal it. So the Blues win 5-2, and Minnesota is on the verge of elimination, and they have to go on the road. They're not the only team, though. Edmonton just lost in overtime, and that was a crazy game. LA had two goal leads. They were up 3-1 after two. They were up 4-2 after a power play goal. But on the second half of that, there was a double minor. But on the second half of that double minor, the Draisaitl scores a shorthanded goal. I go, oh, brother. And then after the Kings commit a dumb penalty, Evans goes back to the power play, and it's Draisaitl again. So the game's tied, and I'm just going. The Kings are gonna blow this, aren't they? Well, actually, those weren't my exact words. I'm just gonna be blunt. I went. The Kings were really gonna fuck this game up, but and Edmonton actually had close calls that final minute of regulation. I went, oh no, and I reached the moment. I'm thinking, why am I getting so worked up over this? My team is in the second round, just waiting out the carnage. But they go to overtime, which is good. I love playoff overtime. And the Kings pretty much controlled it. And Kempe had a shot, got the puck, made a move, put it in. So the Kings won in overtime 5-4, their second road win of the series. Back-to-back wins, because they had the shutout win in Game 4. Edmonton is one loss away from yet another first-round exit. This will be their second straight, because in the bubble they didn't even get to the first round. They were in the qualifying round and they lost. And I've said this before. I've said this many times before. I'm gonna say it here. I don't care if I do sound like a broken record. Connor McDavid needs to get the hell out of Edmonton. He needs to get out of there. If he wants any chance of any success, he's got to go, and Draisaitl's got to get out of there too. Those two aren't winning anything as long as they're wearing that Oilers uniform. And the reason why I say that, it's simple. Edmonton's not winning Game 6. Mm-mm. Edmonton is not winning Game 6. And I talk about Edmonton. At least Connor McDavid has Leon Draisaitl. Who in the hell does Kaprizov have? I mean, I looked up. I did the math. I did the math in my head. The Wild have scored eight. The Wild have scored 15 goals in the playoffs. Kaprizov scored 7 of them. For some reason, I thought this team was deep. I really did. I thought they had something resembling depth. Kaprizov is all by himself. He is. He has 7 goals this postseason. I think that's 2 more than the lead. Because I think second is 5 goals. But he has 7 He has 7 goals, while the rest of his team combined has 8. That's pathetic. Because what do you expect from a Minnesota franchise? They're screwed too. They are. But they're screwed too. They are. They really are. And then as I'm stuttering, but I'm trying to get this out. As a future Hall of Famer would often say, this isn't prediction. This is a spoiler. The Wild and the Oilers are gonna lose on Thursday. They are. Those two teams are too screwed beyond recognition. They got to go on the road. They had the chance to take the series lead in their home ice. They failed to do it. So Minnesota's got to go to St. Louis, and the Oilers got to go to L.A. Got to come out here to Southern California. They're gonna lose both. No way do those two teams force a Game 7. Only way Minnesota wins, somebody other than Kirill Kaprizov has to do all the heavy lifting. Because if that doesn't happen, they can forget it. Kaprizov scored both of Minnesota's goals tonight. He did. That's not going to do it. And the good thing is he's young, so he has plenty of time to realize that he's too good to be on this dead franchise and one out. Just like Connor David's basically too good to be with the Oilers. But yeah, it's gonna happen. Those Game 6s are Thursday. Minnesota, Edmonton. We won't see them anymore this year. No. So that is my recap of tonight's action. There's no elimination games, but from this point on, there's going to be at least one elimination game in the first round, because there's one tomorrow. That's right. 3 games tomorrow. The first game in tomorrow night's action is the Penguins and the Rangers, Game 5. Pittsburgh's up 3-1. They have a chance to win a series for the first time since 2018. They can take care of the Rangers and send them packing on their own ice. Yeah. This series isn't as close as a lot of people thought, and Pittsburgh's just really giving it to them. They're really giving it to Shesterkin too, and he's up for the Vezina. They announced the Vezina finalist today too. It was Shesterkin for the Rangers, UC Saros from Nashville, and Jacob Markstrom from the Flames. Yeah, those are the Vezina finalists. And of course, I didn't mention this, but they did announce the Norris finalists. I think was a day ago. It was Victor Hedman, of course, Tampa Bay. Victor Hedman, Roman Josi, and of course my boy Cale Makar, who better get it. But anyway, Pittsburgh and Rangers, 7 Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. A half hour later, the puck's going to drop in Sunrise for Game 5 between the Panthers and Caps. That's 2-2 by the skin of their teeth. Florida really got lucky in that game on Monday. And then it's Game 5, Stars Flames back in Calgary. That's at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And those are the 3 games. And of course, the game in MSG, that's elimination. And then Thursday, it's Elimination Thursday, or potential Elimination Thursday, because we could see some Game 7s force. Because it's the same teams as tonight. Thursday, it's Game 6 in Boston, Bruins, Hurricanes. Game 6 in Tampa, Lightning and Maple Leafs. Game 6 in St. Louis, Blues Wild. Game 6 in La La Land, Kings and Oilers. Like I said, like I said before, Minnesota and Edmonton are not winning Thursday. They can forget it. Mm-mm. They're gonna be done. So I should have the Kings and St. Louis winning their games, advancing, joining us in the Elite Eight. Um, Tampa, I'd like to say Toronto will pull it out and finish the job and get that series win. Boston they might force Game 7. But like I said before about this Bruins team, part of that depth needs to come in. If people not named Brad Marchand, Patrice Bergeron, or David Pastrnak show up, their season's going to be over on Thursday. So that's what's happening the next 2 days. That's my recap of tonight. Actually, if you like this video, click the like button, click subscribe if you want more. I'll be back tomorrow to recap the 3 games that will take place, and maybe. So congratulations for the Penguins. Who knows? So I'll be back tomorrow with the recap. So stay tuned.